Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, the 10th of August, and it turned out we've got a nice afternoon, so I'm back in the reading nook with some parcels, and of course a nice hot cup of tea. So the next one I'm going to open is this one. Put the knife into this one, and this one, let's have a look. Oh, this has come from Portland, Oregon. So I'm not quite sure what this is, but we'll find out in a moment. Just slide the knife in there. There we go, let's begin this. And what I've got is Mayfield, which I'm surprised to get this quickly because I only. This is a community world building zine for a cause compatible with Mausritter. Now, Mausritter for me was one of the great role playing games of last year. It is. It's an old school Renaissance style role-playing game in which you play mice, serving your community, protecting it against the greater world and the much larger dangers about you. It's a very simple playing game. It is about the mice being heroic. Has a nice mechanic where you have boxes on your character sheet for what you can carry. So that includes not only your gear, your equipment, but also, if you can cast it, a spell or two. And in addition, once you start to suffer from conditions, they take up spots on or squares on that encumbrance table. In effect, essentially, they become burdens, and that's elegant, simple, clever. So the nice thing about it is that basically Games Omnivorous managed to do a reprint of Mausritter. Did a very nice box set and a nice little book. If you can track it down, I do recommend it. I had the pleasure of editing that edition. And it was a pleasure to work on because I really liked the game. I was going to review it, and then I had to edit it, so I can't. But this is basically fanzine content for Mausritter. So let's see if I can read this because it's okay. Mayfield is a Mausritter community zine. All proceeds from the sale of this go to Suicide Prevention. We understand that every struggle is different. Experience the stories of people like you and how they overcame crisis to find hope and recovery. If you need to talk to someone, it basically the number there. Obviously, that's for the US. But no, I thoroughly recommend. Basically, if you can get a copy if the copies of this still in print, get one. Because it's a nice fanzine. Just looking at it, it's really nicely laid out. I'll show you in a moment. But it supports a good cause, one I'm fully in favour of, for personal reasons. But let's get inside and see what we've got. So we open up the first page, and essentially we've got a reprint of the cover without the text, but it's worth it. That's a lovely cover, and it's really, I really like the fact that they've replicated it inside. That's a really attractive looking image, and it shows you essentially the mice adventuring and in danger from the greater world around them. So we get into here's the index page. Now here's the problem I do have with this, is that this text is almost unreadable because of the font, because of the use of the white text, basically essentially what is a white text on a very pale background, so it's difficult to read. Nevertheless, that's a bit more of an explanation of what you'll find in this zine. Mayfield is an independent production by the community. It's not affiliated with Losing Games, which is the publisher of Mausritter. It's published under the Mausritter third-party license. So you've got things like bumblebees, praying mantis, flies, flea traps, and so on. Mayfield, lots of things in here. So Mayfield is a setting as much as anything else. We have an incomplete account of rumours in Mayfield there. And what you impression basically Mayfield is a place of bright colours at times of the year, lots of wildlife, lots of things going on. So locations we have things like the poppy field, and essentially some of the things that you can find there. And these are the objects that I was talking about. Essentially these would go into the backpacks of the mice, essentially on the character sheet. And so we've not just got the objects there, we've got a condition there in the red, which is sleepy, and that's perfect, which is what you want, which is what you would expect for a poppy field. We have the Fey Flower Grove, and the thing is, this is an adventure location for Mausritter, and it's by Isaac Williams, who is the author of Mausritter. So although it's not an official Mausritter title, it essentially it has the author's support, which is fantastic. So you've got a list of occupations within the area and encounters, and then we go on to mocha mice, which deals with mice and coffee, or mice and mocha, which is fantastic. Why they didn't go with of mice and mocha, I don't know, but that's fine. With Temple of Slumbering Orchid, a simple location. The maps are basically they're all right. I mean, you know, they're readable. That's a bit more legible, I think. Essentially, we've got a top-down view, but I think the expanded 3D effect there does work too. Deep in the heart of Mayfield lies an ancient and abandoned picnic site. This is once a destination spot for the giants. In more recent generations, the picnic basket was home to an ant castle, but now it is nothing more than an ancient dungeon. What potential treasures and encounters lie deep in the unexplored dungeon? I automatically love this. This is fantastic. I absolutely adore the idea of the fact that you could go on a dungeon bash in a picnic basket. That's fantastic. It's a lovely idea. We'll see how that works out in play, because it's not mapped out, but essentially you've got like a set of tables to roll against, and it basically reminds me of the role-play game a bit that from Deep 7 about 20 years ago, basically did like a Bug's Life role-playing game as part of their 1PG, their one-page role-playing games, where you would have one element of the role-playing game on a page. So you'd have the rules on one page, a background on one page, rules on one page, character generation on one page, and then you had basically the character sheet on one page, and then you would have the scenarios on one page, and usually the thing would, the PDF would amount to about 10 pages. The Bugs Life one is great because essentially you all play bugs and you go out and defend the burrow or the hive and so on, doing good community. But one of the things is you get to raid a picnic, and I ran it, and it's really simple to play, and people had a lot of fun with it. So we have Thistledown, which is the starting location for first level characters. First level characters, essentially because Mausritter is essentially a mouse and level system. And again, we have Town Inn, Village of the Praying Mantis. It's a mysterious but yet sinister place in Mayfield, which contains the Praying Mantis cult. So some really nice pieces of artwork. So you've got basically given on the title piece here, and then more clearly in the background there. Salmon spawn pond. and what you can see, essentially, you've got more of the items they can carry. Basically, a small one in the form of salmon roe, and then a really large one in the form of a gudgeon. Farm. So what you're really building here is Mayfield is as a hex crawl, and then use magic coins as spells for the mice, or basically money magic for the mice, or basic magic in Mayfield dealing with the petal magic, and praying mantis charm catalogue. Lots and lots of short articles that build the setting. Thistle's Bite is a common sight in the vast expanse of Mayfield, and again, more tokens that the mice can carry away and make use of. Adventuring site, and then basically flower swords, enchantable magic that comes with the petals and seeds of the flowers. These weapons were crafted long ago, has since been lost under Mayfield's ever blue sky. So basically, you can get magical swords in Mausritter, and this you've basically got specific ones for the region. And again, more magic items in the case of 4 rose belts. And an NPC, the Orchid Wizard. And this is a really lovely book. We have full colour throughout. It's a bit busy, I think, personally, but it's jam-packed with content. Queen Anna Ditheria of the Eastern Reach, and a couple of high-level NPCs the player characters can interact with. I'm really looking forward to digging into this later on when I come to do a round of fanzine reviews. And we've got Clans of Mayfield after the NPCs. And the bumblebee as a danger, because obviously bumblebees can sting and they're quite fast, so they are dangerous to mice. And I've got a bestiary back. So yeah, packed through with content. Basically flora and fauna, and not just flora and fauna, but basically flora and fauna, locations, and basically a field crawl. It's a field crawl for Mausritter. So more flora and fauna, Venus flytrap, ladybird or ladybug. So that's packing a lot of content into its pages. Very nice little book. I thoroughly recommend you if you're into Mausritter. This would be a great accompaniment to the game, and if you've got the box set, that's going to sit inside it, because there's plenty of space in that box for little things like this. So yeah, that's Mayfield, a community world building design for a cause, compatible with Mausritter. If you've got Mausritter, track down a copy of this. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching another unboxing in the Nook. If you've enjoyed this, please click the like button down below. If you've got any comments or feedback, I look forward to reading those. And lastly, if you have enjoyed this unboxing and want to be alerted to yet more unboxing in the Nook, where you will see me with parcels and a book which I can talk about for 10 minutes, and a nice hot cup of tea, please hit that subscribe button. In the meantime, thanks for watching. I'll be back again soon with another unboxing in the Nook. Bye for now. Yes. Hello, yes. I haven't forgotten you. You've ignored me, which is fine.